So there I'm repeat. I have a pattern that's not repeat. It's not a. It doesn't fit within 4. Let's say. Okay. So like. Okay. So, what is that? 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3
Okay.
right. So that's called a hemiola. I would say it's a pattern that's displacing across with it. I'm not only playing in 4/4 time. Like, so I'm just talking about different.
The pattern is slowly straddling itself between bars.
Yeah, I'm just talking about
forward.
like different rhythmic concepts,
Yes.
things that are kind of like interesting. It's kind of playful or something like that. But it's repetitive. It's I'm doing something that's sequential, but I'm pushing the bar lines around. In a
Yes.
sense, right. I'm not just playing like.
Yeah. Somehow that rhythm.
Okay.
That rhythm is not moving evenly from bar to bar.
That's right.
It's just being displaced at some number.
It's
of-
actually phasing by definition.
Yeah, okay,
It's phasing against.
Yes.
Yeah. So you could have. Like I do these. I see things when I'm trying to explain this and do it. I have a hard time because it's automatic for me. Like I don't really analyze the rhythms I use, but I really like to use complicated things that displace themselves against the rhythm, right? But what I started with here is just the idea of thinking rhythmically. So not just thinking about what notes should I play and then wandering kind of around and playing sort of like, like sort of not very distinctive, right? So like here's I'll do something with an ornament, something like I want to displace that like so. That's just a very kind of almost a boring sequence, right? It's moving down by step, but it's going against the beat, right? Okay, that's Bill Evans all the way, actually. Like I got like this kind of like that. He does this like that's definitely Bill Evans.
Okay. So yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's good. So,
Okay.
rhythms,
All right,
rhythmic
rhythms.
ideas, right?
So write that down.
And sequences, like sequential ideas, right? Because I hear you,
Yes.
yeah, and I hear you are doing sequences, but it's more like you're not free enough to let the sequence just wander across whatever the notes of the scale is, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so you play something and then you repeat the idea you had,
But
and then you might repeat it again, or you might abandon it, but you don't develop it by moving it around.
It moves
right?
it. If I move it, it moves symmetrically when it
moves
shouldn't.
by step, let's say,
Yeah.
or it moves by the same amount every time.
If I had some sequence in here,
you do that, then move it down,
that's
and do the same
fine.
thing again.
But if I move it to here, if I move it to here, it's still the same. The steps don't change. When I get it to straddle between tones and semitones, something's going to change.
If you don't move it, it's not a sequence. So you said I'll play a sequence here and then I'll move it. That's not a sequence. It's only a sequence if you move it. That's not a sequence. That's a motive. Now, if you do it again, it's a sequence.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So do it 3 times, then it's a sequence.
Okay. Because what's happening is I'm now here.
Like what you're doing. There, that's a sequence.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, because what's happening here, I'm playing with all my notes are a tone apart.
Doesn't matter.
Whereas when I straddle, if I have that.
You're talking about the difference between whole tones and half.
Yes.
Whole tones and half
When I straddle something that's only got a half tone in it.
Doesn't matter.
That's going to change.
Doesn't matter.
It's going to change the impact of what I'm doing?
No, it's because what you're hearing is you're hearing what do we perceive mostly? What we perceive mostly is rhythm, right? So
Yes.
you're hearing rhythm and movement. You're not saying, "Hey, wait a minute, he played a half step there," because that's part of the scale, right?
That's true.
The half steps and whole steps are given; they're part of the diatonic scale. We're talking about diatonic sequences, something that moves within the diatonic scale.
Yes.
Right.
So
So
the-
that
yeah,
could be
that-
that. Here's a sequence. You know, that's all those chords aren't the same, but they're
Yeah.
moving in a sequence,
Okay.
right? This is a sequence. That's a sequence too, right? Because
Yeah.
it's step, 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 right? So it's a repetition of the same thing. That's
So
sequence.
it's still part of the diatonic scale.
It's a diatonic sequence, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There are you can do chromatic sequences. So that's one thing that Bill Evans does is he'll play like a B flat major chord like this, and then he'll move it up a half step, and then he'll do it chromatically. Except except the chords all in. He's not changing keys. He's just moving chromatically
Yes,
on
okay.
top of the. You know, lots of modern players do that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Where you can do sequences, and because of the fact that it's a sequence, it has its own internal structure, right?
Yes.
So I could take an idea and move it up by minor thirds, okay, and somewhere within that sequence, I'm going to be going out of the key that I'm in.
Yes.
But the sequence itself provides the context or the rationale. Let's say, like it makes sense to the ear. Okay, let me show you an example of that. I'll try and play it. Like if I'm playing in C, I'll just play C major here. Let's do it like this. I'm trying to say what I said. We'll do it. I'll make it more simple. Okay. It doesn't resolve very well. So, what's the next one up here? So A. I'll play the whole sequence. I can't do it. Gotta practice this kind of thing. So let's play that in Take the A Train. Yeah, I ended it back on C there. Actually, that kind of sounded cool, right?
Okay. So what's the sequence you're starting with?
Well, I'm just playing a major triad moving up by.
Okay.
I'm moving up by minor third, so I'm playing all of the triads based on the notes of a diminished chord. My point is though that only one of those chords is in the key. The other three are not in the same
Yes.
key signature.
Yeah.
But there's a sense to it because it has its own internal
has structure, yeah.
That's called playing outside, right?
Yeah.
So I'm using parallel structures to create sequences. So I'm just saying that don't obsess about whether it's a half step or a whole step or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Because like I can go, you know, like I can go outside. Let's do a diatonic one though. I'm using Take the A Train because it's just in C major. Creating a lot of momentum, right?
Yeah.
Like the idea
Okay.
is it's the rhythmic drive and it's the repetition of something that's moving by a certain amount. The sequences are just a really good structure to create momentum and very
Okay.
important part of anyway. So
Good.
okay.
I have enough.
Yeah, I know. Okay, good.
I have enough for another
Got to
week.
come up with some more ideas for you too. Here we go.
Oh, is he here?
Ornaments and
He's not here yet. Oh, there he is.
there he is. Yeah, he's here.
Yep.
Okay, take
See you
care.
next week.